A new class of millionaires is changing private aviation. They are younger, faster, more technical, and they do not see a private jet as a trophy. They see it as a machine for buying time. For decades, the private jet belonged to old money, industrial families, celebrities, and corporate boards. But the newest buyers are different. They come from artificial intelligence, software, crypto, finance, and space. Many built wealth quickly, work across continents, and treat every lost hour as a business cost. This is why the private jet story is no longer only about luxury. It is about speed, privacy, control, and status in a world where the richest people compete on information. If a meeting can move markets, the journey to that meeting becomes part of the strategy. Commercial travel wastes time in invisible ways. Security lines, airport transfers, delays, boarding groups, baggage, lost connections, and crowded lounges all turn a simple trip into half a day of friction. For a founder running a company, that friction is expensive. A private jet compresses the journey. The passenger arrives closer to departure, boards in minutes, lands at smaller airports, and can work the entire route. The cabin becomes an office, a conference room, and sometimes a recovery room between deals. Artificial intelligence created a new rhythm of wealth. The companies scale globally from day one. The investors travel constantly, and the talent is spread across San Francisco, New York, London, Dubai, Singapore, and research hubs around the world. That means the luxury object is not just the aircraft. The luxury is being able to move without asking permission from airline schedules. For this group, flexibility is the product. The jet is the interface. There is another reason private aviation appeals to new technology money: privacy. On a commercial flight, a known founder can be photographed, overheard, or tracked by attention. On a private flight, the entire journey becomes quieter. Privacy also changes how people speak. Deals, legal strategy, hiring decisions, and investor calls are sensitive. A quiet cabin lets a team talk openly while moving between cities. The aircraft becomes a sealed business environment. The image people imagine is simple. One billionaire buys one jet. The real market is more complex. Many wealthy clients start with charter, then fractional ownership, then possibly full ownership once the travel pattern is predictable enough. This matters because the private aviation boom is not only about a few giant aircraft. It includes access programs, jet cards, shared fleets, dedicated terminals, concierge teams, and operators that turn private flight into a subscription-like service. There is a hierarchy inside private aviation. Light jets are fast tools for regional trips. Super mid-sized jets stretch the range. Heavy jets cross oceans. Ultra-long-range aircraft become flying apartments with bedrooms, showers, and conference zones. For the new AI and finance elite, the aircraft choice says something about the mission. A small jet says efficiency. A large jet says global command. A customized cabin says the owner is not just traveling, they are operating. The plane is only half the system. The other half is airport access. Private terminals remove most of the public airport experience. Smaller airports can place the passenger closer to the real destination, not merely the nearest major hub. That changes the geography of business. A founder can visit 2 factories, 1 investor, 1 data center, and a dinner in a single day. The plane becomes a time machine stitched into the calendar. Younger wealthy buyers often think differently from older luxury consumers. They may not care about inherited rituals or old status codes. They care about access, speed, optionality, and experience. The jet fits that mindset perfectly. The strange part is that private aviation can feel both extravagant and practical. It is obviously elite, but the buyer can frame it as logistics. That is why the market is growing around productivity language, not just luxury language. Private jets also create criticism. The environmental footprint, the visibility of wealth, and the contrast with everyday travel make the topic controversial. For a public founder, the aircraft can become a symbol, not just a tool. That is why many owners prefer discretion. The future of this market may be quieter terminals, cleaner fuels, fractional access, and less obvious displays. The richest clients still want speed, but many want less attention attached to it. The real luxury is not the leather seat. It is the service layer around the flight. Ground transport, catering, crew timing, security, customs, pet handling, sleep planning, and route changes are managed before the passenger thinks about them. A private flight works when everything feels invisible. The bag appears in the cabin. The car is waiting. The meeting materials are ready. The cabin temperature, meal timing, and Wi-Fi all become part of the brand promise. Old luxury asked a question: what can you afford? New luxury asks a different question: how much of your life do you control? That is why jets, yachts, private islands, and branded residences all point in the same direction. The most powerful customers are not buying objects one by one. They are building personal infrastructure. Aircraft, homes, terminals, assistants, security, wellness teams, and private access all become one operating system. The next version of private aviation may be less about ownership and more about guaranteed access. More clients will want the benefit without the burden. No crew management, no maintenance headache, no idle aircraft sitting unused. At the same time, the top end will keep pushing higher. Longer range, quieter cabins, better connectivity, wellness layouts, and private bedrooms will turn jets into mobile estates. The aircraft will look less like transport and more like architecture. The private jet boom is really a story about modern wealth. AI and technology compress the time it takes to build a fortune. Private aviation compresses the time it takes to move that fortune around the world. That is why the aircraft matters. It is not only a symbol of money, it is a symbol of velocity. In the new luxury economy, the ultimate status is not being seen. It is arriving before everyone else. So when people ask why AI millionaires are buying private jets, the answer is not only comfort. Comfort is the visible part. The deeper answer is control. Control of time, privacy, movement, meetings, and attention. The future of luxury will not be defined by who has the biggest logo. It will be defined by who can move through the world with the least friction. For the new millionaires, the private jet is not the destination. It is the shortcut. If you want to be a billionaire, like, subscribe, and comment. God bless you.